from today, we are starting with statistics chapter number 2. And now, really, we are doing statistic sums. So, first of all, as per my nature, what is the name of chapter? Presentation of data. So, presentation of data. What was the last chapter? Chapter number 1. Think. Yes, chapter number 1, collection of data. In chapter number 1, we have collected data. Now that collected data, we are presenting in proper way. We are classifying that data in proper way. And if we are classifying once, then that data use becomes very easy. It is easy to understandable because we have classified it. Because whenever we are collecting data first time, which we have done in last chapter, collection of data by many methods. But whenever we are collecting that data, at that time there are many data available. So we have to bifurcate it. And if we are bifurcating once, then it can be used for lifetime and very easily can be understood. And that's why second chapter, this is connected with chapter number 1. But all the things are new. So in first chapter we have collected the data, and in this chapter we are presenting that data in proper way. Presentation of data in proper way. Classifying that data in proper way. So, how we can present our data? So that we are saying today. So first, we are understanding classification. What is meant by classification? What is meant by bifurcation? So, method of representing raw data. Most important thing, raw data. Now, sir, what is meant by raw data? We'll see later, don't worry. First of all, method of representing. Method of representing. We are representing. Method of representing raw data. Which data? Raw data. Into systematic and short form. In systematic manner, in short form, we are presenting raw data is called classification. So what is classification? Again I am repeating. We are presenting data. Which data? Raw data. We are presenting raw data into simple form or short form is called classification. Because in first chapter what we have done? Collecting data. Whenever we are collecting data, at that time many information we are receiving. From that information, what is requirement of us? So that we have to collect. So what we are doing actually, whenever collecting data, we are classifying it. Same type of characteristics data, we are bifurcating. Then after whatever data we need, easily we can get. So raw data means first time collected data. All the informations together. Many informations are together. From that, we are bifurcating different. Same type of characteristics data, we are bifurcating. And then, getting proper information. Because systematic manner, it is bifurcated. In short, it is written. And that's why it is called classification. Giving one example. Suppose, in your class, I am coming and then asking, how many students are more than 90% stand up? How many students are 60 to 90% second group? Less than 60% third group. So it is classification. Now on that basis I can bifurcate. These are the brilliant in exam, in education. There may be possibility other person is brilliant in sports activity also, but here I am bifurcating on the basis of marks. Systematic sort. So 5 students are above 90, 60 students are 60 to 90, and 5 students are less than 90. So that is bifurcation, systematic manner. But total number of students in the class is raw data. Suppose I am getting percentage of each and every student. Roll number 1 50%, roll number 2 60, roll number 3 90, roll number 5 97, roll number 7 35%, whatever. So that data I am getting, it is raw data because it is not bifurcated. But by systematic manner, above 90, 60 to 90, less than 90. If I am bifurcating that students, then it becomes systematic, and sort data is called classification. Classification may be of many types that we will see here. But what is classification first? Sir, classification means presentation of raw data into systematic manner or first is systematic manner or short form. Simple. 5 students more than this, 30 students between this, less than this, 3 students. That's it. In short, so that we can understand each and everything going ahead. So classification meaning done. Now why we are classifying? Reason to classify the data. Why we are classifying our data? So sir, that is also easy. See, to represent large data into simple, short and attractive manner. Why we are classifying? Because large data is available. Suppose 150 students are there and its data is available. First number this, second number this, but how I can bifurcate more than, if I am not bifurcating once, then every time I have to select or check how many students are more than 90% marks. If I am once bifurcating it, then whenever I need more than 90, then I have a data. 5 students are there. Simple. So why we are classifying? To make data, large number of data, to make it simple, short and attractive manner. So we are classifying it. This is the reason, first reason. Now second reason, why we are classifying? For easy comparison. Now think, is it easy comparison or not? Suppose first A1 class, A2 class and A3 class. From all the classes we are getting information about more than 90, more than 90, more than 90. Then comparison is very easy. Here 5 students, here 7 students, here 10 students. So I can say A3 class is best class in which maximum more than 90% students are there. So comparison becomes easy. Easy comparison between the various characteristics of the data. That's why we are classifying our data. Going ahead, third one, to save time, money and labor. So how we are saving time? Think, if once I am classifying our data, then whenever information needed, easily we can get. But suppose I am not classifying, then what? Every time I have to calculate. And that's why it saves time, even money, because to collect that data, to present that data, calculate that data, if every time I am calculating, then labor is high and money also spent on that information is high. But once if it is bifurcated, classified, then after no need to spend any extra amount, any extra time, any extra labor is required to bifurcate. So do once and get benefit for lifetime. That's why we are classifying it. So third one, save time, money and labor. Going ahead, to obtain information easily. We can get easily information. Simple. Regarding what? Particular data. So regarding various characteristics of the area under study, whatever I have studied, on that basis information we are getting very easily. If I am bifurcating it, if I am classifying it. So these are the reasons to classify data. So don't worry, be happy. Presentation of data is depend on what? Chapter number 1. Because in chapter number 1 we have collected data. That data is in raw form, raw data, because it is not classified, it is not bifurcated. That raw data we are systematically arranging, or short form we are arranging in short form. So it becomes classified data. Why we are classifying? These are the 4 reasons to classify the data. Now going ahead, types of classification. Types of classification. So here I have written types of classification. Now most important thing which I need to explain. Remember chapter number 1. Remember how many types of data are there? Think. How many types of data are there? Sir, data have 2 types. One, qualitative data. Second, quantitative data. 2 types of data are there. Whenever we are collecting data, there is 2 types of data. Qualitative data and quantitative data. So we have to classify 2 types of data. Qualitative data and quantitative data. Simple. Because 2 types of data we are collecting, then we have to present that 2 types of data in different ways. We have to classify them. So, types of classification on the basis of classification of quantitative data, and second, classification of qualitative data. Because there is 2 types of data. There is 2 types of data on, and that 2 types of data we are classifying. So classification of quantitative data and qualitative data. Now sir, classification of quantitative data. How I am classifying? So actually quantitative data, whenever I am getting, at that time it is in raw form. But that raw form data, I want to convert it into group form. Group form means what, sir? As per characteristics, we are bifurcating it. That is group form. Suppose in school, all students are there. But group means 11 standard students, 12 standard students becomes group. So as per characteristics, they are 11 standard. Even 11 commerce, 11 science, 11 arts, we can bifurcate. So whole school students is row form. But then after, in group form, we are bifurcating. So quantitative data, in which 2 types of data, ungrouped data and group data. Generally, first, whenever we are getting, it is raw data. Raw data means ungrouped data. And this ungrouped data, we are converting into grouped data. Now sir, which type of groups we can make? So there is also continuous frequency distribution, discrete frequency distribution. So what is this? These are the new one. Don't worry, I will explain you very well. And 100% it will be clear in your mind. Don't worry. So this ungrouped data we are converting into group data. So group is of 2 types, continuous and discrete. Continuous has also 2 types, inclusive, exclusive. So this we are discussing later, but first of all, ungrouped data. Here one example is written. one example is written. What is the example? I explain you. So ungroup data. Here I have collected defect in the item of produce item. Defect in produce item. I am a manufacturer. Suppose I am a manufacturer. Number of defect in 10 unit produced. It means what? Suppose I am manufacturer of car. I produce 10 cars. In each car, number of defects I am finding. Suppose first car is produced, then I am finding how many defects in that car. Second car I am producing, finding how many defect in second car. Same way third car, fourth car, fifth car, up to 10 cars. So I have produced 10 cars and all the 10 cars. In all the 10 cars, how many defects are there? So defect in 10 cars is written here. So it is the raw data. I have produced first car. In that first car I am checking it. Then I found one defect in that car. Second car I had produced, found 5 defect in that car. Third car checked 0 defect in that car. In this way, in fourth car 2 defects, in fifth car 4 defects, sixth car 3 defects, 2 defects, 3 defects, 5 defects, 0 defect. So whenever we are checking it, then we are finding is there any defect or not. If defect, then how many defects are in production. So that data I have collected. So this is in raw form. It is not classified. So ungrouped data. It's a ungrouped data. It's a raw data. But this ungrouped data I am converting into group data. And in this group data, first of all, we are understanding discrete data. What is meant by discrete data? Now I am presenting this data in discrete form. Try to understand. See. So, first of all, I am writing defect. How many defects are there? Sir, 0 defect, 1 defect, 2 defect, 3 defect, 4 defect, 5 defect, that's it. Not more than 5 defects are there. So here I am writing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Number of defects. So number of defects I have written here. Now how many cars have 0 defects? Sir, 0 defect car, these are the 0 defect car, 1 and 2. 2 cars are there. So here I am writing number of cars. So 0 defect car produce 2. So write down 2. Going ahead, 1 defect car. So 1 defect car only 1. So 1 car has 1 defect. Going ahead, 2 defect cars are 1 and 2. 2 cars are there. In which 2 defects are there? So 2 cars. So 2 defect cars, 2. Going ahead, 3 defect cars. So 3, 1, 2. Sir, again, 3 defects, 2 cars. Going ahead, 4. So 4 defect only 1. 1. 5 defect car. So 5, 2. 2 cars are there, in which 5 defects found. Now if we are making total of this, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So its total is 10. So number of cars, total 10. From this 10 cars, Two cars are there in which no defect, zero defect. One car is there in which one defect. Two cars are there in which two defect. Two cars are there in which three defect. One car is there in which four defect. Two cars are there in which five defects. Now this information, this presentation is called discrete presentation. Is called discrete presentation because zero, perfect value, no defect we are getting. One defect, perfect one included here. Two defect cars, it means only two defects are there. That is included here. So discrete distribution. Going ahead. Now, which is the continuous distribution? In continuous distribution, we are finding classes. We are finding classes, and this we are discussing later, not today's lecture. Not in today's lecture, we are discussing it. So, going ahead. Now we are talking about qualitative data. Discrete data 100% clear. Now we are talking about qualitative data. So simple and manifold simple presentation and manifold presentation. Now sir, what is simple presentation and what is manifold presentation? Now I am clearing that thing also. For that I have written here first example. Class. It means one class, or I am talking about one class of the school in which boys are 10 and girls are 15. Now this data is qualitative data. So boys and girls. This data I am presenting in simple form by simple table. I am making table and presenting this data. So, first of all, writing class. Now, it may be 11th standard class, 12th standard class, whatever class is there. There is no information given, so just write class. In the class, boys, girls. Now, number, so boys 10, girls 15, total 25 students in the class. And if I am making table of this, so this is the simple presentation of qualitative data. Simple presentation. But yes, after this presentation, we can understand very easily. This is the row form. In sentences, it is given. But if I am presenting in this way, then it looks like best presentation. And that's why we are preparing tables. Going ahead. This is the simple. Now, manifold. Many things are there included in one table. See, second example. Say, we are talking about class, but there are two classes, 11th standard, 12th standard. 11th standard boys 5, girls 10. 12th standard boys 10, girls 7. Now present this data. So see here. First of all, I am writing here class. In that class, 11th standard, 12th standard class. In this class, same. We are talking about boys, girls. So making tab. So in this table we can write answer. 11th standard boys. Sir, 11th standard boys 5. So 11th standard boys we are writing here 5. 11th standard girls. So 11th standard girls we are writing here 10. 12th standard boys. 12th standard boys 10. 12th standard girls. 12th standard girls 7. Now make total. 5 plus 10, 15. 10 plus 7, 17. Make total here also. 15, 17, 13. So this is manifold classification. This is simple classification. This is manifold classification. And qualitative data is presented always in tables. Qualitative data can be presented only in tables. Otherwise, it cannot be presented at all. Only one thing which I have not explained you, that is this inclusive and exclusive classes. That is my continuous frequency distribution. This I have not explained to you. Will explain later. But in chapter number 2, presentation of data, these things are most important which is covered. In whole chapter, we have to calculate sums related to group data and qualitative data. Related this information, we have to calculate sums, which we will later doing in next lectures. Today's lecture is over. Bye. Meet you in next lecture with detailed topics.